Throughout this pandemic, there have been numerous organisations inundated with the need for their support. The Les Twentyman Foundation, formed in the name of iconic Melbourne youth worker Les Twentyman, the foundation provides critical services and extensive work with at-risk and underprivileged children from low socio-economic backgrounds. Joining me now is the CEO of the Les Twentyman Foundation, Renee Hancock. Thank you so much for joining us, Renee. Now, can you tell us what are some of the main key concerns that you are witnessing at the moment during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Thanks, Jane. Our key concerns are around the impact on education during the coronavirus for disadvantaged young people. So we work with young people who are financially disadvantaged, experiencing multiple stresses in their life and having experienced trauma. A lot of culturally diverse families as well. And what we know works is that education can really help to change their lives and create better futures. So what we're concerned about is that we have had a huge disruption to learning, and many young people are learning at home. And we're seeing a mixed response in terms of how people are dealing with that on the ground.
Let's start with some of the more positive solutions and what you're hearing in terms of the benefits that some of these people are experiencing. We're having a bit of a technical difficulty as well, unfortunately.
Sure. So something that we're seeing is that we're seeing two things really. There are young people who have responded really positively to working from home, to learning at home, and that's because they've had multiple stresses at school. And so at home they're in a safe, comfortable environment, and these kids are really enjoying online learning, which is fantastic. But we are seeing another group of young people who are struggling with the online learning environment, who may not have a suitable home environment for online learning, and who are struggling to engage in their education. And so our concern for both of these groups is how do we re-engage them and transition them back to school when the time comes. And so we have youth workers who are working across a number of schools in Melbourne who can provide that extra support. Schools and teachers are doing an amazing job, but we think that youth workers can really make a difference to transitioning these young people back into the school environment. And we need extra investment from state and federal governments to make that happen.
So, Renee, what is being done to support these children and their families in terms of the youth workers? And can you perhaps describe a little bit more about what the youth workers actually do?
Sure. So we have youth workers in schools, in 4 schools in Melbourne, and also doing outreach on the streets around Melbourne. And in the schools, the youth workers spend a lot of face-to-face, one-on-one time with young people who are on the cusp of disengaging from their education. So these kids thinking that they're going to be expelled, or thinking that they're going to leave school and not finish school. And we know that happens for financially disadvantaged children. 30% of them do not finish their schooling. So our youth workers run programs, workshops, a lot of face-to-face activity, support and counselling for these young people. And we're finding some really great results. So the kids who thought that they were going to drop out of school or be expelled, 100% of those kids now say that they believe that they're going to finish their education. They say 90% say they have someone to turn to when they need help. 90% say that they feel more confident that they can reach their life goals. So we know programs that work, and what we're really looking for is more investment in these programs so that we can reach the young people whose mental and emotional health will be impacted by the coronavirus.
Those statistics are incredible, some fantastic results there. Human connection certainly vital for all of us, and with our isolation and social distancing rules. How have your youth workers actually had to adapt to how they offer their support and encouragement?
Yes, this is a challenging environment for organisations like us, because we are about human connection. human connection is really important. There's a lot of face-to-face engagement in the work that we do. So we've had to move a lot of our services to digital and to online. So we're using more video. We've been using phone a lot. We've been doing video conferences as well. And we've tried to introduce some fun, engaging ways that the kids can work with us online. So we've done things like scavenger hunts and learning music and rap and those sorts of interactive things. But there are times when we also need to go out and contact young people face-to-face with appropriate PPE in place, particularly if a young person is in crisis.
Well, Renee Hancock, yes, thank you so much for coming on the show today, CEO of Les Twentyman Foundation, and also congratulations on all of the wonderful work that you and your team do in supporting our children and families. As you said, we do need more health workers, but yes, great stats, and take care.
Thanks, Janie.